Non-Texans, what are your thoughts when you hear Texas? Literally just the shape of the state itself as seen from a map or something. I've been through Texas a few times and the thing that stood out to me was how much people in Texas love talking about how much they love Texas. I had a beer at the Dallas airport when I was waiting for a friend's plane and it was a Budweiser bottle, but instead of Budweiser the label said Texas on it. Diners would serve Texas-shaped pancakes. Every gas station had a section for Texas swag, everything from t-shirts to shot glasses to hats to magnets and other knick-knacks. I've always found New Yorkers to be obnoxious with how much they talk about how much better they are than everyone else. But Texas is actually on another level. So, I guess when I think of Texas, I think of a bunch of people yelling, "I fucking love Texas." In my native Norwegian, the term complete Texas means chaos or out of control. Cadillacs with giant horns on the front driven by old men in white suits with big white cowboy hats and superbly trimmed mustaches. All my exes live in Texas. Sandy Cheeks singing that stupid song that's been stuck in my head since I was 6. Edit. What have I done? What's an animal everyone thinks is harmless but in reality is very dangerous? Beware of beavers. Beavers will stand their ground and confront a threat. If trapped, cornered, or ensnatched, a beaver will attack a human. The rodent's sharp teeth may cause serious injury as well as infection. Beavers carry tularemia, parasites, and rabies, which can transfer through bites, body fluids, or infected water. Before beavers attack humans or other animals, they send a warning by growling and hissing. On land, the animal rises to its hind legs to face a threat. In the water, a startled beaver slaps its tail against the surface to alert others in the colony before diving to safety. My uncle is a zoologist and the only animal he was ever attacked by was a meerkat. Edit. Spelling meerkat to meerkat. I asked a zookeeper once which animal she thought was the scariest to work with. She said giraffes because they're so big and so stupid. Edit. Turns out a lot of Redditors have had run-ins with giraffes. People have pointed out that other large herbivores are also dangerous. Nature is scary. I, personally, always thought bison were dangerous. But the National Park Service recently found it necessary to put up signs warning people, don't pet the fluffy cows. Not everyone, but I see a few people get dangerously close to big birds like hawks and eagles. I'm like, people, those birds almost got bigger claws than bears. Leave them alone. Ladybugs are adorable and precious to humans, but to other bugs they are poisonous death tanks. Non-Finnish people, what do you think when you hear Finland? That one Reddit story about the guy's family who believed that Finland was a made-up country created by the Japanese for fishing. Doodlebob is the only correct answer here. Moomins. Heavy metal. We don't care if we lose, as long as we beat Sweden. That one dude they called White Death. I guess he was a sniper in World War II and got like 300 kills with iron sights before his face got blown off. He survived though. What's something you have zero interest in? Raid Shadow Legends. Commercial advertisements interrupting what I'm doing. Celebs that are famous just because they are famous. They never painted anything. Never sing any hit songs. Never competed in anything. Every country got them. Literally whatever my neighbor wants to talk about, every day. I've recently been seeing a clickbait on my social media that says, "Did Anne Frank have white privilege? The internet is up in arms." Or something like that. I cannot even describe the feeling of shut the fuck up and total exhaustion that that question gives me. NFT. What's a book that you read as a child that you loved? The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe opened my imagination to new worlds I never before imagined. Sideways Stories from Wayside School. The Giver. By Lois Lowry. My aunt and uncle gave me it when I was about 8 to 10. Can't recall the specific year. And a few years ago I gave it to their granddaughter to read. Phantom Tollbooth. Nancy Drew and also the Boxcar Children. Guinness Book of World Records. How did you come out of depression? Medication and hiking parts of the Appalachian. I take an SSRI and run like 3 kilometers daily. I find the running helps significantly, and after I do it I feel much better and don't have as many intrusive thoughts which trigger the depression. Good luck to you all. Diagnosed with chronic depression. Therapist says it might never go away and I just have to learn to live with it the best I can. Keep yourself busy as often as possible. Even if the depression is kicking your ass. Having a hobby helps a lot. I know that I never will. I've accepted that this is just with me. However, I know can recognize it better and deal with it and get help when needed. Was on a course of antidepressants which helped. Then I managed to remove myself from the situation that was causing it, which helped even more. I gave myself a reality check. No one was coming to save me and I had to do it myself. It's been a year and a half and I am no longer fat. Addicted to nicotine, caffeine, alcohol, junk food and gaming. I'm no longer broke and I own the house I live in. I've been in the gym, hydrating properly, taking supplements, and eating healthy. My heart doesn't hurt anymore and I'm no longer anxious all the time. Subscribe, my brothers.